The times I really felt the Spirit strongly was a number of lessons that me and my companion were really teaching cooperatively. Like, it's like he's teaching a point, and then like an idea comes in my head, and it works perfectly well with what he was teaching, and like explains what he was teaching as well as like moves on to the next point. Like, just the lesson flows really well. One such lesson was when we taught one of me about the Godhead. Because a lot of them don't believe that Heavenly Father they're the three separate beings, and that Heavenly Father has a body. And like at the end of that lesson, we just like testified and described and used scripture to back us up. And I remember feeling just like so much power in our words. Like I could feel it, and I was hoping that the me felt it. And I think that was, in fact, he said that was the turning point of it. That was pretty much his conversion. Like after that lesson, everything else he had no problem with, and we baptized him. And as far as I know, he's still strong. And another experience was when the stake was dedicated. That was a unique experience, that was another time I really felt the Spirit. Like I've gained so much perspective. And like our mission president kept telling us that on this mission we've done hard things, washing laundry by hand. There's really nothing that life can throw at me in America that'd be difficult. That I can say I can just go through it. Cowskin and rabbit. It's like rubber. You chew it. It's like kind of like chewing on fat from a steak. You just chew and chew and chew and chew, and like it never really goes down until you just swallow it. But yeah, that was just interesting. Like it's either cowskin or pigskin, one of those two. But yeah, that was one interesting food. And I had rabbit on my birthday, one of my birthdays. But yeah. It's the most crazy experience I've had, other than a person following me. Me and my companion tried to lose him, which was actually kind of fun, but really weird at the same time. Was in my first year with my companion. It was around election time. There was this riot going on, sort of. So like the area was kind of dangerous, but not as dangerous as another area. And we were going to meet this this investigator that lived in a danger zone. And that just means that the police would be riding in this truck thing, where the police would be sitting in the back with these tear gas guns, and that they'd just fire them off into crowds. And I was telling my companion not to go. That let's just stay on the side. We can probably make another thing. But he just booked it right across the street. And right when he booked it, one thought came into my head, like, companion, if we die, I'm going to kill you. And I followed him because I'm his companion. I can't leave him alone. And as soon as we crossed the street, the police car came by and shot off a tear gas and drove around. We got into the investigator's place, and we just sat there for 10 minutes. The investigator and my companion were tearing up. It didn't really have too much effect on me because it wasn't they didn't shoot it at us. They shot it at a distance at other people. And we were just crossing the street, and it's just crazy. After that, we just went back to our apartment. And just as soon as we walked out, 5 minutes later, it just rained on us like never before. It just rained cats and dogs. And so we didn't even get down. We got to the end of the road, and we're just this is nuts. We can't continue. So we just go back into our apartment, as well as the other companionship. And we just played ping pong for a little bit, and it just continued raining. By the time we were done, it just let up for 3 minutes. No, not even 3 minutes. Maybe 20 minutes of this rainstorm. It was just really intense. And we went out the rest of the afternoon. It was fine, but it was just in the morning, man, it was nuts. I had was when I was in my second area, because that place was nothing was going on. We didn't have any progressive investigators. No investigators were coming to church. So missionary work in that area was hard. Is like what some missionaries would call it, like dry area. And I remember we, as a district, because missionaries we lived with, at least there's 4 missionaries to apartment or 6, and we decided to fast as a district, and we did. And that was the one time we actually had someone come to church. So I gained a testimony of fasting, as well as one time, after like the MTC and you're so pumped up to baptize people, and if you don't baptize people for a while, because I baptized a lot of people in my first area, and then when I came to the second area, that was kind of hard to deal with, not baptizing anybody. But my eldest sister sent me over this link of Elder Holland talking to Harvard about what missionaries do, and it pretty much just summed it down to it's fine if we just enter their houses and like talk to them once, like we've touched their lives. And that's what essentially missionary work is. It's just touching people's lives. And so I was just like, awesome. I'm teaching people at least. I'm getting some lessons done, but I can just take it. If I'm there, I touch them once, I invite them. If they don't accept it, it's not my fault. I at least gave them the opportunity. And I just changed my outlook from getting baptisms to actually just teaching people. So that turned my mission quite around. Washing laundry is one skill. Cooking as well. I've gained, I've been out of practice for washing clothes, but if I had to, I probably could. I actually did wash clothes a little bit since I've been back in the fashion that I washed there. So I could probably wash my clothes as effective as I did there, as well as cooking. I can probably cook like anything and make it edible.